In 100 years, only one man has done it twice. Modern stars are failing at the finish line. In MLB history, over 26,000 men have stepped up to the plate. Only 17 have ever worn the crown. And in the last 59 years of baseball, across thousands of games, millions of at-bats, and generations of the best hitters alive, only one single player has managed to pull it off. So why does baseball's rarest achievement keep slipping through the fingers of its greatest modern stars again and again and again? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the Triple Crown might be the hardest record left in sports, and why it may never happen again. Let's start simple. To win the batting Triple Crown, a hitter has to lead their entire league in three categories at once: batting average, home runs, and RBIs. Not just be good at one, not just flirt with two, lead the league in all three for a full season under a microscope with every team in the league and player gunning to stop you. It sounds almost achievable on paper, but in reality, it might be the closest thing baseball has to catching lightning in a bottle 3 times in the same storm. Since 1876, only 17 players have done it. Since Carl Yastrzemski pulled it off in 1967, exactly only one man has repeated the feat: Miguel Cabrera in 2012. That's it. One man in the last 59 years of baseball out of tens of thousands of hitters who've walked to the plate. And here's the twist: only two hitters in the modern American and National League have ever won it twice. Roger Hornsby back in the 1920s for the National League, and Ted Williams in the 1940s in the American League. Not only did Williams win it twice, but Williams was actually agonizingly close to a third Triple Crown in 1949, while leading the league in home runs and RBI. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Triple Crown isn't just rare. It's becoming structurally harder to win, and it comes down to a war between three stats that don't actually want to cooperate with each other anymore. Think about it this way. To lead the league in home runs today, you typically need anywhere between 45 and 62 home runs. That means elevated launch angles, maximum exit velocity, swinging hard, swinging for the fences, pulling the ball in the air. That's the modern power hitting blueprint in a nutshell. But that exact swing, the one built to launch baseballs into the upper deck, into those outfield bleachers, is the same swing that increases swing and miss rates. More swing and miss rates means fewer balls in play. Fewer balls in play means a lower batting average. So the very mechanics that win you the home run title actively work against the mechanics that win you the batting title, for the most part. It's not always bad luck, it's baked into the swing itself. And RBIs aren't even fully within a hitter's control. They depend on who's getting on base in front of you. A slugger stuck in a lineup with a low on base percentage simply won't have the same RBI opportunities as one hitting behind a team of table setters, no matter how hard he hits the ball. Then add modern pitching into the mix. Today's sluggers face bullpens stacked with relievers throwing 98 miles an hour with nasty movement, inning after inning, all season long. And when a hitter gets hot enough to threaten the Triple Crown chase, opposing managers start pitching around him, walking him intentionally or semi-intentionally, which protects their team but strips away the very at-bats a hitter needs to keep climbing that leaderboard. This isn't theoretical. We've watched it happen 3 times in just the last few years. In 2021, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. put together one of the most dominant offensive seasons of his generation, hitting .311, tying for the lead in home runs with 48, and leading all of baseball in OPS. He had 1/3 of the Triple Crown locked up, but Yuli Gurriel out-hit him for the batting title, and actually Salvador Perez was also tied for the lead in home runs and outdrove him in RBIs. So Salvador Perez actually had 2/3 of the Triple Crown, making him closer to that Triple Crown than Vladimir Guerrero. So close, but still so short. Then in 2022, Aaron Judge delivered one of the greatest power seasons in American League history. 62 home runs, breaking a decades-old record, and 131 RBIs, both lead-leading numbers. He walked into the final week of the season with a real shot at history, but pitchers overall walked him 111 times that year, avoiding him whenever the game got dangerous. His batting average finished at .311, good, but not good enough. Luis Arias, a pure contact hitter, edged him out at 316. Judge finished with 2/3 of the Triple Crown. Then finally, most recently, in 2024, in the National League, Shohei Ohtani led the league in both home runs and RBIs, with 54 home runs and 130 RBIs. Numbers that sound like a video game, but once again, it was Luis Arias, this time in a different uniform, a Padres uniform, who denied Shohei the batting title, hitting 314 compared to Ohtani's 310. Three of the most talented hitters on the planet, 3 separate seasons, 2 of the times the same near misses, both of them falling in the exact same category, batting average, beaten every time by the same specialist archetype, the contact hitter who almost never strikes out, chasing a completely different offensive philosophy. That's really the heart of it anymore. Modern baseball has split hitters into 2 separate species. On one side, you've got power hitters, engineered from the minor leagues up to hit the ball as far and hard as possible, usually not worrying as much about batting average. On the other side, you've got the contact specialists like Luis Arias, built to almost never miss, spraying the ball to every part of the field, looking for singles, but sacrificing power for precision. Decades ago, those two skill sets weren't as divided as they are today. A great hitter could realistically lead the league in power and average at the same time, because swing philosophy hadn't yet split into these two extreme cases. But today, for a 50 home run slugger to out-hit a career 310 contact specialist, he basically needs a near perfect batting average on balls in play on top of his elite bat-to-ball skills, while also swinging for the fences. Yes, every now and then you see that with Aaron Judge, with Shohei Ohtani, but it's not often. Those two skills are pulling in opposite directions, and asking one to master both in the same season against modern pitching is asking for something the sport almost never produces. So will we ever see another Triple Crown? Maybe, but it'll take a generational anomaly, a hitter who can out-average the purest contact specialist in the league while still out-slugging the game's most dedicated power hitters, all in the same 162-game season, all while pitchers do everything they can to stop him. Until that hitter shows up, Miguel Cabrera's 2012 stands alone, the last man to do what only 16 others have done in the history of the sport. And then Rogers Hornsby and Ted Williams stand alone as those only men to do it twice. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button for more hidden stories from the numbers behind the game. Because sometimes, real drama isn't on the field, it's buried in the stat sheet.